Now, the Jacob Pike was just one of the casualties suffered by Maine's fishing industry in the wake of those storms. Working waterfronts up and down the coast were damaged to the tune of some $10 to $15 million. Today, Maine's lobstermen met in Rockland to talk about that, as well as other issues facing their industry, including a smaller catch and a recent whale death. Here's News Center Maine's Jack Molman.
We have some tough things we have to discuss, absolutely. But boy, it doesn't mean we don't have your back. Thank you very much.
It's standing room only at the 70th Annual Maine Lobstermen's Association meeting, taking place at the annual Fishermen's Forum in Rockport. It's a rare opportunity when this many lobster fishermen can have their voices heard from Kittery to Eastport. Like lifelong lobsterman Addison Ames Jr. of Vinyl Haven, we spoke to him last year about impending concerns surrounding lawsuits with the lobster industry. Now he's concerned about the recent death of a North Atlantic right whale off of Massachusetts. The whale was entangled. The likely culprit, Maine lobster gear. Now, fishermen and regulators are currently debating whether it was state or federal waters where these traps were.
We really aren't causing this problem, but as the commission stated today, we are being nailed with it.
The industry also dealing with a huge setback. Storms taking out working waterfronts left and right.
Working waterfront took a huge hit, and we've got to address it.
Department of Marine Resources Commissioner Patrick Kelleher telling the crowd there's a bill before the state legislature that's aimed to provide tens of millions of dollars for recovery. But many fishermen say it won't be enough.
We don't have access to a water. We will see an impact to landings and to price next year.
And speaking of landings, the numbers are in. Maine Lobster brought in more money in 2023, about $72 million more than the year before. But it's not all good news. The catch was quite underwhelming. In fact, the total yield was the lowest since 2009.
I think that's expected. The market's been so volatile.
Patrice McCarran with the MLA says fishermen just aren't going out on the water as much. Things like weather, fuel prices, and setbacks from the storms could mean fewer fishing days.
And if we don't get it back on its feet, we're not going to be able to go fishing.
As for the future,
MLA's role is to demand accountability. You can't have government making irresponsible claims.
McCarran says the association's determined to make sure this right whale death doesn't become a dark cloud over Maine's fishing industry. And for Commissioner Kelleher, he's focused on new regulations that could limit the size of harvestable lobster.
But the idea is give up a little now for a longer-term benefit later. So it's a little bit of an insurance policy.
But lifelong fishermen like Addison Ames Jr., they're used to change.
Fishing is definitely not the way it was in my grandfather's and great-grandfather's days.
That was Jack Molman. And despite most experts saying the right whale that died off of Martha's Vineyard in February was entangled with gear that resembled Maine fishing gear, the full autopsy is not complete. The death remains under investigation.